Yes, that song's supposed to end exactly there, but also it's supposed to keep moving, so let's take it one more time. And give it up for LP Chip as the first person who comes in and chats in the interface. Welcome one, welcome all. It is PMP versus Feature One, and what a goddamn mother effing day it's been. Here coming in at the finish line, it was hot. I'll tell you, this version of PMP is not too stable. So if things go sideways, I'm just gonna cut the backing track. There we go. Hello. Yeah, it's I have a reoccurring issue with Plan Mix Play that I've yet to resolve, and I'm starting to kind of narrow down what I think the problem is, and what it's related to, and it kind of keeps coming back again and again. Like it's a every now and again recurring issue. But this time I've just, it usually goes away if I reboot the machine a couple of times. And we tried that this time and it did not go well. It did not go away. So welcome to a slightly wonky, PMP show as usual. And I'm going to kick it off with a bit of CZ Tunes, No Mercy Endgame. No, actually, we're going to take the Blue Angel 69 title remix, because I like that a lot. Join us on Discord if you'd like. The Plan Mix Play Discord is up and running. LP Chip's already in there chatting away. All that gets recorded. And hopefully, if this version of PMP works well, you will also be quoted at the end of the show in kind of a credits fashion. But with that in mind, let's take it with the first song, CZ Tunes, Blue Angel 69. least we got through one song without it crashing and just falling all down around us. And as some chatters may have noticed, the live version of the chat, the Commodore 64 interface system, does not. It won't deal with GIFs. It won't deal with, there's just a bunch of stuff. There's just a bunch of stuff that it does not do because, hey, the Commodore C64 did not do that back in the day. I've checked a bit on the request list, and I see every time I'm away for a while, there's so many new messages that I haven't seen. Not new messages, sorry, new songs that I haven't played in a while. And so we're going to take another one that I do know, The Funk with Primary Star, and then I'm going to see about prepping the other ones. And boy, why, again, I'll talk a little bit about this really annoying creeping bug that I've been seeing, and why I'm just going to have to deal with it being present for this show. But it is a new one. I've not seen it before, and I have a theory, I have a hunch as to what it might be. But I'm going to try and work that up with the old noodle, and you guys listen to a bit of the funk and Primary Star. apparently things are changing. Immortal brings up a good point, which is to say, where is the main chat? The main chat is on the Plan, Mix, Play Discord, and probably will be for the foreseeable future, because tying all this stuff together is difficult and time-consuming. And I'm going to talk a little bit about what the time-consuming nature of it is. But first, I'm going to copy this link. That's what you're hearing me clicking in the background. And I'm going to paste it in the Slay Radio chat. And so if someone really wants to have their stuff visible for all eternity, feel free to join the Plan Mix Play chat. Yeah, I'm basically seeing. And of course people are putting all kinds of good stuff in there that no one else can see, which I won't quote. I have to reward people who actually post things we can see. I think one of the issues I'm having, how should I phrase this? So, modern software is... No, actually, let's go further back. Remember old DOS games, right? You remember those games where when you hit the turbo button, they would actually run faster? That was back when machines were only so fast, and you basically built your PC, your software for the PC, the video game. You built it in such a way that it would just assume that the machine it was running on was of some certain speed and then execute as fast as humanly possible. And so if you play those games on a modern PC, they'll run as if they're like on steroids or drugs or whatever, like completely unplayable, because they are just running at maximum capacity. And I think this window of time for video games that did that was quite short. In fact, it only lasted maybe I don't know, maybe at most 3 or 4 years, because at some point all machines got so fast that now instead you introduced a bit of timing code. So you would basically have the game calculate what's going on in the video game, and when it had done that sufficiently, it would just take a short break and then wait till it was turned to do it all again, and it would do it in a capacity. Where eventually it would have lots of sleeping time. And of course, modern video games will always eat as much resources as they can. Like, graphics get prettier, so the more horsepower you have available, the more the game will chew. But it will still run with an internal clock. And this is what I think I'm having a bit of trouble with Plan Mix Play, is that the main loop of the program has gotten so thin that it basically overloads the core that it runs on. So it's almost kind of a good problem in that I need to restructure some of the code that I've written to take a couple of breaks every now and again, because I can clearly see if I'm not letting the application have as much horsepower as it wants by putting it in the background, it actually runs more smoothly. Whereas if it gets to run in the foreground and gets to munch on all the resources my PC has, it basically chews it all up and spits it out again. And I'm pretty sure that's part of the problem I'm seeing. So good in a way, bad software developer in a different way. Hui. And LP Chip writes in the chat and says, and the fun is that while it's called turbo, the computer would slow down. Yeah, I mean, and LP Chip also points out it was actually there to maybe set the CPU to run at a particular clock rate. Yeah, I don't. All I remember is I think always having it on and occasionally turning it off. Anyway, let's take a request. And the first request comes from, I think it was Shargis or Shargos. I don't know, some guy with sh in the name. And he wanted The Dead Guys with Judge Dredd Jeansanzug mix, which I actually believe is... hang on, before we start the song, let's go and look. So The Dead Guys is actually Dr. Doom and Comatron. So they've made this particular mix, which I haven't heard in a while. So take it away, The Dead Guys. And there we had the Dead Guys with Judge Dredd, Jeans Anzug mix. And just so everyone's on the same page, you can join us on Discord. You can chat with us. That chat will go onto YouTube and Twitter. No, not Twitter. Twitchter. I think it's Twitchter, right? Yeah, that's the new service. Anyway, everyone loves Twitchter. Elon Musk has bought that recently, is my understanding, and is thinking about renaming it Z. Z as in the Z Show. He's working out a deal. He's working out a brand licensing deal with the Z Show coming soon. LP Chip says it is Twitch. I thought it was. I'm pretty sure it's Twitchter. Twitchter is look. It's all right. LP Chip. It's we're all getting old. People forget things. That's just how it goes. That is just how it goes. Let's take some more requests. But first, let's take one of my requests. What do I want? Do I want to talk a bit? I actually had a few topics lined up, but when everything starts off so wonky like this show does, I kind of lose my footing a little bit. The conversation isn't as good. The writing material is a little lackluster. It's kind of like a new Netflix show, if you know what I'm saying. Like, I don't know. I feel like the golden age of streaming is almost... like, there's still... Look, good stuff is still coming out. If anyone's seen the new Fallout show on Amazon Prime, or rather haven't, I would recommend it. It's pretty... It's decent. And I remember people... I think someone brought up a good point, which was to say a lot of people are, of course, shitting on it because, hey, video games turning into anything will make crazy people coming out of the woodwork. And someone made a good point as if to say, look, if you enjoyed the video game, you enjoyed your version of that world that you played. And that story that you're familiar with obviously won't play out in the same way. And you just can't have that because guess what? That's not how TV works. And so that is, I guess, a bit of a cognitive dissonance for people who have played it. And Gryzor chimes in and says it's fucking brilliant. And yeah, you're right. Look, comparatively, I think there are just a few cases. I don't want to spoil anything because I have not, and I would say this for everyone else. Please, no spoilers. It is quite new. But yeah, on the whole, fucking, I will agree. Amazing in terms of how bad it could have gone. So yeah. All in all, not bad at all. Let's take a little bit of Peter W. Let's take Last Ninja 2, The Assassination of Arkanoid. We haven't heard that song in a while. Let's take that. I mean, to be honest, I haven't listened to every single Slay Radio show in the recent times, so maybe we have heard it. Who knows? Huh? Yeah, I'm still here. Nothing crashed. Man. As I was saying in the chat, back in the day, PMPV Play used to crash quite a bit, and it doesn't crash that much anymore. Look, I think one of the reasons it's less crash prone these days is because the front end and the back end are now quite well separated. So if you do something that the front end does not like or does not expect, it's a lot more robust. And honestly, that used to be the crashingest part of PMPV Play, and that part has been like generally smoothed out in quite a nice way. So that's pretty good. I think we should take a request, but before we take one, and I have one lined up. In fact, this was Bitten, who wanted a bit of DHS with Hyper Zapper. Before that, we have to pay the bills, or rather, I'm contractually obligated to read from this note passed to me by the lovely station owner, Slagon and Co. And he would like me to give a few shouts outs. Oh, boy, what is wrong here? What is wrong with me today? This is doing a mediocre job at best, but that's my new middle name. But let's do some shout-outs. Slay Radio has a bunch of Patreons, which we'd like to acknowledge, and you can be a Patreon too if you want for Slay Radio. Go to patreon.com/SlayRadio. Taro Sironen and Burka SC. And then there are also some superhero donors. You can donate at slay.radio/donate if you're so inclined. Rocky Howard, Richard Piper, FS, Johan Danielsson, Captain Chaos, Tachat, Christoph Rothlitzberger, Wim Horenberg, Mark Jones, Matthias Olsson, Eric Zalitis, and Hans Martin Hepp are all superhero donors, and we should definitely acknowledge these people. I do appreciate Immortal's little hashtag pro broadcaster, and if I'd been faster, I would have quoted you, Immortal, but c'est la vie. I have to upgrade that as well, so I can kind of go back in history and see previous chats and quote them. But hey, one step at a time. Halfway through, halfway done, and one half to go. Slay Radio has a bunch of Twitch subscribers on slay.radio/Twitch. Specifically, Nelvin42, Quasar247, Burka SC, Berserk, Flam, Denmarkian Type Device, Martin Hennes, and Maltus Panda. And finally, we also want to thank Icepick and Fashan for doing some relay hosting. So there we go. That hurt way less than getting a tooth pulled, right? Right. Let's take it away with Bitten's request. Wanted a bit of DHS Hyper Zapper Stockholm Ravening. So let's hear a bit of DHS. Isn't that nice to have a little bit of extra just gap, just a bit of dead air at the end? That's what all pro broadcasters on Twitchter really aim for, a bit of dead air. That was DHS Hyper Zapper Stockholm Ravening, requested by Bitten. So thank you for that. And people are saying these are like 2006 requests, remix issues. And honestly, I don't think this next one's going to be any different, because LP Chip had a request saying it wouldn't be much of a show with an LP Chip request for an LP Chip tune. And I gotta look. I agree. So take it away with No Mercy, Sid Overdrive mix. That song just kind of it just kind of ends, doesn't it? I mean, I think it's good stuff, LP Chip. Requested by LP Chip and remixed by LP Chip. Sponsored by LP Chip. Listened to by LP Chip. And pondered upon by LP Chip. I think that's as many LP Chips as I can throw in there. Maybe Breathed To by LP Chip. Existed With by LP Chip. There, look, let's just be fair. There's a lot of LP Chip in here. Chargoose, who I believe is another streamer on Twitchter, wants Macke with Artura Dublin Delight.
The night was cold and bitter, he was looking for an inn, when the devil shined before him, showing off an awful grin. The demon spake you frozen, and he nodded to the beast. A feast so small the dark one said, can make you laugh and feast. Come within these walls of mine before the frosty bite. Grab yourself a bottle of wine and drink it with delight. Come within these walls of mine before the frosty bite. At the table you will dine yourself another pint. Well, the young man said, don't bother, soon I'll find an inn, because your home and castle is built on wicked sin. The devil looked offended as the offer was denied, but still he opened up the door, inviting him inside. Come within these walls of mine before the frosty bite. Grab yourself a bottle of wine and drink it with delight. Come within these walls of mine before the frosty bite. At the table you will drink yourself another pint. Yeah, na 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 na. The demon keeps on preaching, I can make you whole, and all I ask of you, good sir, is your immortal soul. The dark one asked, are you not tempted? He said, not the least. For little did the devil know the man talking was a priest. Come within these walls of mine before the frosty bite. Grab yourself a bottle of wine and drink it with delight. Come within these walls of mine before the frosty bite. At me table you will dine yourself another pint.
Yeah, I was ready for that one, Mackie. You got to get up pretty early in the morning to mess up this show, because we haven't had any fuck-ups so far. That's right. You're tuning in at the end of the first hour, the Plan Mix Play Feature One Versus show. You can join us on Discord. You can listen and watch us on Twitchter. And the good old Slay Radio relays, they're also an option as well. YouTube is an option. I did not do the YouTube show on my own channel because we don't need to stream to a what is one of those bushes called that just kind of like pops by? Tumbleweeds. That's right. Tumbleweeds have enough activity as is. They don't need a Twitchter or a YouTube stream. I like a bit of Make. We haven't had him in a while. What we also have not had, yes. As LP Chip says, tumbleweed. We've not had a bit of Peter W, which Bitten or Luna. You're gonna have to help me out here, Bitten/Luna. What you prefer to be called? But I'm gonna play your request for Peter W Outrun No Speed Limit remix, because that's fucking good shit. Take it away. No, actually, let's pause and now take it away. bit of Peter W for ya, as Boz would say. That was he's not here, by the way, in case you were wondering by that flawless British accent. No, it's just me. I know it's crazy how spot on that is. Requested by Bitten, so thank you very much. And next up, we have another request. But I also thought, of course, I have been, again, look, I'm new to being a pro broadcaster. I've only moved up to this level recently. And I just wanted to say hello to everyone who's tuning in. Ace DK joined in the chat recently, and Brittany B's there as well. Go Hanks, Gryzor, Immortal, Casrain, LP Chip, Bitten, Maltus. I don't think I see him say anything. Not sure he's around, but he might be. And I know Slagon and Ziona are also tuning in. So hey everyone, thanks for being here. I appreciate it. I appreciate you guys spending a Saturday evening with me, putting up with my absolute nonsense while I befuddle through the show. I hope this will become a more regular thing. It's not there yet because the system just really isn't ready. And I think something that highlights this was LP Chip asked, whether, how am I lining things up? And he basically, hit the nail on the head by pointing out that having a button that would skip to the next song in playback immediately would be really cool. But that, as I said to him in the chat, that's a useful thing, and apparently that's not where we're going for. No, there's always so much to do and few resources, and I would want to make PMP now a little more functionally exciting, even though there are a lot of broadcast features I would like to have. But admittedly, a button that skips the playback header to the very next track lined up, actually that wouldn't be that difficult to make, and I should probably put that in. So that's a really good idea, actually. That's a great idea. I'll be thinking about that. In the meantime, let me just double check who requested this. This was LP Chip. Yes, you want a bit of Puffy 64, Last Ninja 2 Hymn, which we haven't heard in a while, and I agree with you, so let's end that while.
Everywhere, enemies leaving the street. Will my quest ever end? Will my quest ever
I'm just gonna chime in here with a bit of my voice, saying that was Puffy64, Last Ninja, the Last Ninja hymn, and I really appreciate that request. That's some good stuff. LP Chip, thank you for that. Just to eliminate the cliffhanger immediately, I've picked the next tune. It is me. I have chosen things. We're discussing a little bit about people flooding the chat, or the potential for flooding the chat. And yes, that's something I have to think a bit about. I mean, the nice thing about Discord in general is that the app is actually quite good at visibly showing a bunch of text messages together, and it has its own protections, yada, yada, yada. But this Commodore 64 chat has none of that. I mean, you can, as we saw earlier, thanks to Testicles, for a little demo showing us that it's very easy to just post a bunch of stuff and have it type forever. So please don't do that. At least don't repeat doing that. And I mean, no one has, let's be fair, because otherwise it's, I don't know, I really have no repercussion. I wish I could say otherwise I will do X. I guess I can end the show, but what fun will that be? In fact, we're going to do the opposite. We're going to keep playing songs. We're going to play a bit of Mahoney with Raw Lovely 2, Mr. Jones at the P Machinery. I sometimes wonder the names that people pick for this. Like, is that actually part of the original song, Mr. Jones at the P Machinery? And what exactly is this P Machinery? Is it made? What does it produce? Peas? Is P short for something? Is it pill machinery? Pasta machinery? Pork machinery? Those are the most common P's, right? It's the only P I can think of. Let's think about that together. as Brittany B. astutely pointed out, there's a little bit of Swedish Chef lurking in Mahoney's cut of Raw Lovely 2, Mr. Jones, at the P machinery. And we still haven't quite gotten to the bottom of what P is. I was thinking it could be PP from Dead Rising, in case anyone's played that. You got PP points, which is a thing that Capcom... In fact, I'm sure if... Let me just draw up Google here. Dead Rising PP. I'm sure it means prestige points, of course. Duh. Who doesn't want prestige? So maybe it's a prestige machine. Sorry, Mr. Jones at the prestige machinery. Very possible. In fact, infinitely likely. I'm pretty sure that's exactly what it is. Another mystery solved. And with that done, I feel we should reward ourselves with another tune. Chargoose, again, pro Twitchter, wants Lala with Zero Gravity, and Chargoose, I'm happy to be at your service and serving up a little bit of Lala. You know what, LP Chip, the more I think about it, the more I really need that button that I click that goes immediately to the next song, because I always find myself padding out what I'm saying a little bit. And it also annoys me. I'm pretty sure every click comes through, so you can sort of hear me moving and clicking a bit, but that's, one problem at a time. But boy, would it be handy to have the playback header jump immediately to the next song. Definitely useful in a broadcasting sense. Software development, everybody. Lala, Zero Gravity, Extended Neon 80s mix, wanted by Pro Twitchter Chargoose. Take it away, Plan Mix, play. Lala with a bit of Zero Gravity extended neon 80s mix, requested by Chargoose, Twitchter Pro broadcaster. Shout out to you, and I appreciate people tossing up some recommendations. I mean, it's always it's how can I say? I first need to figure out what the hell is going on. That's perhaps the most accurate and useful answer, because before I know exactly what the problem is, I don't know how to fix it. But it is very, very likely that Plan Mix Play is just being a grubby, greedy, resource-hogging little software package, and that is not nice, and it shouldn't. And obviously, Windows will throttle it as best possible, but really you just need to try and limit things if you can. But I'll investigate that. If nothing else, because the problem seems to present so persistently now, it's a little easier to nail down. I've picked the next tune coming up, and I wanted a bit of Rune Bertil, who has made a remix of Sweet. So I'm going to play that for y'all. Take it away, Rune Bertil. feel we're having like a bit of a run here with songs that are just, doing the old fade at the end, and Roombertil Suite is no exception. Whew. We're already well into the second hour. I'm gonna give a heads up and say it is only going to be a 2-hour show because this I'm not happy. I'm not happy. I mean, I'm happy that the show is running, and I'm happy that everyone is here tuned in, which I very much appreciate. But I'm not happy that the program just isn't running the way I was hoping or expecting it would. But honestly, that's also on me. You need to test things thoroughly in advance and always have a compiled backup version. Like I need to be a bit better about making sure that I have the last working version ready at a moment's notice, rather than try and get everything up and running at the very last end. So that's on me. But you try and push to the limit. Push it to the limit. I did enjoy some of those early GTA songs. Speaking of songs, we have another request coming up, and this time it was by Bitten, who wanted a bit of the funk Celestial remix, Twat Uns remix. I feel like the remix scene has grown up a bit, because there was a time where these remixes tended to have the more vulgar remix names, the better, and I feel like we've maybe grown from that. But then again, we've played a lot of 2016. I don't know if the new remixes are also just called Donkey Dicks Remix 97. What do I know? I haven't checked that out. So maybe that's how it is now. Anyway, we'll listen to a bit of the funk with the Celestial remix. That's the. Now I'm still filling time. there's a part of me that really wants to just see how long I can give a bit of dead air, and that's shitty. I shouldn't. I should be more professional about this, because this show is nothing if not professional, knock on wood. A little point I wanted to make was people who are atting me in the Slay Radio channel. You're welcome to do that. Just know that I'm trying to navigate Plan Mix Play and lining up songs and chatting, and I think my full focus will likely be just on the Plan Mix Play Discord. So if you do want to ping me and drag my attention to things, I would strongly recommend, and this is both for Raspor and Casrain, to just pop in the Plan Mix Play chat. I know it can be annoying to have multiple chats, so of course you're more than welcome to stick to your guns, and I will respect you for that. But I am going to toss this link in Slay Radio again, just in case people wanted to join. So there you go. That is where I look. And Slagon points out that maybe Immortal meant Maskin Pop, den siste ninjan. Yeah, I thought. I mean, the request was for Danko, and I saw some of it, and maybe that's the tune I need to get. In which case, Immortal, I can totally get to your request as soon as I've gotten it. Who knows? All these like featuring and being with, and speaking of featuring, I mean, this isn't exactly related, but it's on my mind. It's my show. If you have a problem with it, that's file it with the ombudsman. Sean Combs, P. Diddy, is apparently a giant piece of shit. There was a video that recently was released from 2016, I think, of him basically beating on his partner in a hotel floor. And I don't know, it's kind of hard. I mean, the allegations being thrown in his direction are pretty damn harsh. And seeing him say, I in no way am that person whatsoever, and then seeing this video of him actually like kicking and assaulting his partner, it makes it a little hard to believe that he's not actually a giant piece of shit. So there you go. With that out of the way, I think I'm gonna take it down a notch and take a real slow song for once, finally. And what is slower than Kraku with the Speedball remix 2004? Finally, a nice and slow song, as LP Chip agreed. In fact, if you were keeping up with the chat, you would have noticed that he wrote, yes, a slow song, just the way I like it. I don't know why he wrote it in that monotonic way. You're going to have to ask LP Chip. I'm just hosting the show. I don't know these things. I'm not omnipotent. I'm just nipotent. That's maybe impotent. I don't know. It's probably both. It's both. That was Kraku with Speedball Remix 2004. I thought I'd clue everyone into just a little bit of what's going on here. The idea was actually to do 2 of these demo shows and then get a more regular thing up and running. But sadly, today, what I have noticed is that PMP isn't quite where it needs to be. It needs a little bit more polish. Like, I really need to get a handle on this performance stuff, because that is driving me bonkers. And there are a couple more quality of life things I want to put in. So it's not going to be regular shows from now on. There's definitely going to be at least 1 or 2 more demo shows, just because it's not there yet. I wish it was. I mean, I also keep thinking about the next big thing. I've been wanting to do a little bit of AI visual generation. We'll see. And you're gonna have to be more specific, give context to your Mortal when you say if you heard that a few years back, as in like it's just gonna be another demo show. If that's what you're referring to, abso-fucking-lutely. I'm sure I've said that before. But on the bright side, it's 2 shows within a year, so that's like, infinitely more than I've done for the past 7. And I also want to highlight that Joe Ski Rock said the laundry doesn't have to wait. That's true. You can do both. You can listen to this show with one ear, and then the other ear can pay attention to your folding, because you need that ear. You need half an ear sensibility to accurately fold things. And you're right, Immortal. Polish. The Plamix Play needs a lot of polish. Let's take another song. Shargo, you want a bit of Steve Foster with Deliverance? I've not heard this song before, so let's give it a listen. And that was just a little bit of Steve Foster with Deliverance. Thank you very much for that request, Shargo. I'm pretty sure it was Shargo, wasn't it? Shargo, let's double check. Yes, it was Shargo. Whew! Memory still serves. And Immortal says it started in Visual Basic. Yeah, Plamix Play has always been a C++ thing. Now it's a C++ and a JavaScript front-end Vue thing. I don't know where to get that Maskin Pop Danko Den Siste Ninja. It's not on our Remix 64, I think. I'm thinking it might be a proper release, in which case I sadly do not have. But what I do have is a request by Ziona, who joins us late in the hour. I mean, she was almost at the start of the show, but her request joins us late in the hour. An underappreciated gem, she says, Berserk with textuality and more, which I'm happy to play because I always love taking a Berserk tune I've never heard before. now that was a tune by Berserk, and I'm kind of shocked, Ziona, that you said that you were worried about breaking up the retro wave music. I was like, this is the thing. You can't break up X by providing more of X. Then you are, in effect, perpetuating X. That's what you're doing. Yeah, I've not exhausted Berserk's catalog, and I have to say I agree. That is an underappreciated gem. Maybe it's because it doesn't have as catchy a hook as some of Berserk's other stuff, and maybe that's what makes it just not, as popular in rotation. Whew. An LP Chip asks, can't you break up air by adding more air? No, that's more air. That is not again, we're perpetuating X, I think. And you're right, it perhaps is a new tune rather than one we haven't heard in quote-unquote yonks. Speaking of things I haven't heard before, Danko den sista ninjan, som det heter på svenska, går på disco, featuring Machine Pop. I've never heard this song. I am pretty excited to hear this, because Danko also does some really good stuff, and I'm missing that fast forward button.
Jag hade färdats genom tiden till en djungel av betong. Jag for från österländska slätter till en tunnelbansperrong. Det finns mycket här att göra, så mycket ondska i vår värld. Men nu står jag här intill dig med nunchakas och svärd. Jag är den sista ninjan, på uppdrag i New York. Jag är den sista ninjan, I Central Park så blir det trubbel. En polisman med batong. Jag får spö på toaletten.
Wait, sorry, I just have to break in here. Did you say i Central Park blir det trubbel? Och så kommer polisen. I mean, I guess, yeah.
Och polismannen får stånd med reflexer som en uggla och smidig som en kalv. Så svingar jag mitt ninjasvärd och polismannen blir halv. Jag är den sista ninjan, på uppdrag i New York. Jag är den sista ninjan. Riktigt jävla hårt.
No, I'm sorry. I'm gonna have to cut in again and be like, this song is so weird. What we don't need the last ninja who goes to disco. We need the last ninja who tries to jump on a little fucking raft and misses by a pixel and dies immediately because he touched water. That's what we need. This is the thing the ninja needs to do. Miss by a goddamn pixel and die immediately.
Och det är dags att ta Berlin.
Did Danko just say det är dags att ta Berlin? Like it's time to take Berlin? I like new forms of musical expression, and this was no exception. So I'm down. But boy, again, it reminds me of that a line, or the one. There's a Swedish guy, and I forget I should pull up my catalog here, and see if I can't find him. But there is a Swedish dude who has like a very slow moving song that this song really reminds me of so goddamn much, and I can't. I'm gonna have to try and look it up. I don't quite remember what it's called. But the music video is basically him driving around a neighborhood in Sweden and kind of being out the top of a stretched limo. And it's really weird. I like it a lot, but it's also very strange. We're coming up on the last 10 minutes of the show, which means two things. One, we will be testing whether the credits for the end of the show works. And second of all, we will be playing my last pick here before we get to the end show song. Magnus Uggla Sommartid, says Raspor. I'm not sure. I'm gonna have to I'll check my musical catalog and see if I can find where I've stored that song. In the meantime, I don't think we had any Lagerfeld, and we really can't have a show without Lagerfeld, so here's Flip the Flock with Rock My Commodore.
regulation will accept no imitation. Okay, maybe emulation, but 658 was Mason your face down. Think you are reborn, wait till you get it on. Flipping the flop on the dance floor. Yeah, flip the flop on the dance floor. So rock a rock a rock a rock a rock 164. Yeah, yeah, flip the flop on it hardcore. So rock a rock a rock a rock a rock my Commodore. Yeah, flip the flop on the dance floor. So rock a rock a rock a rock a rock 164. Yeah, yeah, flip the flop on it hardcore. So rock a rock a rock a rock a rock my Commodore. Come on, yeah, yeah, yeah. Come on, yeah, yeah. Flip the flop on the dance floor. Rock my Commodore. Rockin' beats to the max. Flip the flop on the dance floor. Flippin' the flop on the flippin' the flop on the dance floor. Rock my Commodore. Yeah, flip the flop on the dance floor. So rock a rock a rock a rock a rock 164. Yeah, yeah, flip the flop on it hardcore. So rock a rock a rock a rock a rock my Commodore. Yeah, flip the flop on the dance floor. So rock a rock a rock a rock a rock 164. Yeah, yeah, flip the flop on it hardcore. So rock a rock a rock a rock a rock my Commodore. Commodore, 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 Commodore.
Bit of Lagerfeld there to almost close out the show with Flip the Flock Rock My Commodore. I want to thank everyone for tuning in for what I feel was a bit of a wobbly show. I mean, I always say that the shows are wobbly, but this one was extra wobbly. Like, Play MX Play I need to nail down this performance issue that I'm seeing because it is driving me up the wall. But I will take and set time aside to see if I can't nail that down because it definitely needs a bit of help. But I want to thank everyone who joined in the chat. I believe Slagon has a really good idea of where you should direct your attention next. But do stick around if you want to see if the credits crash the show, crash the system. If not, you will be mentioned. There are some very meaningless awards given out for which you will, I guess, earn a pat on the back given to you by you if you are so inclined. And I don't, again, absolutely no clue when the next show will be, but it will definitely not be a regular show. It will be another let's test this stuff because there's quite a bit of polish still to do. But that's not the end of the world. I've decided that we're going to go with a little bit of Moog with Tristesse because we haven't had that. But again, I want to thank everyone for tuning in. Thank all the donors who throw a bit of cash in the Slay Radio pot so this broadcasting shenanigans can keep going. And hopefully I'll see you next time, and hopefully with a little more, Twitchter professionalism. So with that, I will say take it away, Moog. We'll probably have a second song because the credits are a bit long, but let's start there. See you all in the next show.